Hey everyone, welcome back to another guide. This time we're going with Mr. Worldwide, Tartaglia, or you may know him as Child, or Ajax. He's a man of many names. And fun fact, but this guy was my first 5-star in the game. I remember it was like 44 pity, and I had no idea what 50-50 was or the concept of pity at all. So when this guy popped up, I was just shocked because I don't know what to expect from him. But overall, I've grown pretty fond of him, especially after Fontaine. The events made him very likable, I feel. When I was doing the story, I wasn't that focused on his character. I always saw him as the villain. But then I started seeing that villains are actually pretty cool in Genshin. Not gonna lie, every villain has been very likable. Signora, Arlecchino, Vittore, Scaramouche, everyone's amazing. I'm just standing here. Currently, plot-wise, this guy is in the Fortress of Meropide, which we're gonna get in a week or so. So if you're planning on pulling for Child, just go for him right now. Or if you got him, then look forward at how I would play him. Now, Child here is, I'm gonna call him Child because Tartaglia is just too long and Child just sticks on my tongue. So let's talk about him. He's a Fui Harbinger, obviously the 11th. Wait, what's his title? Yeah, number 11. Alright. He's unique. Why? Because he's probably one of the few Hydro characters that do not scale with HP. If you see his talents, there's no HP scaling at all. None of it scales with HP. He's just your basic DPS unit. So you just gotta build him on crit and crit damage and he's gonna carry you. It's pretty good like that way. I won't mention the international, national, or whatever you want to call that team. First of all, I don't have a build Bennett, Xingqiu, or Xiangling because I've always played non-meta. So you can see that they're at the bottom of the list. So yeah, I'm not going to focus on that team, but I'm going to focus on what possible teams he could be in. But that'll be at the end of the video. First, we're going to go with the weapons. Now, for weapon, I think anything with crit damage should work. I actually run this on Child whenever I'm playing with him. For aesthetic purposes, I just keep Rust because, man, it looks so good with his clothing style. Look at that red and black and gray, and the Rust also have the same color. It's just beautiful. I go for aesthetics this way, but whenever I'm playing, I just keep the Thundered Pulse because it's crit damage and the increased attack from normal attacks. Now, why I do this is because Child is special. Look at this guy. Now, why he's special is because he's probably the only character in the game that can change his stance. You can see he's a bow right here, and then he switches to melee. So you can, it's actually like a catalyst. Like imagine Hazel, but fighting with swords.
Bring it on.
So that's pretty cool, and he has two different bursts as well, one for his melee stance and one for his bow stance. So all in all, he's a pretty unique character. I think just because he doesn't scale with HP, he's fallen off the list. But if you still build him with the Wave team, or I don't know, you can build him with the Need the Bloom team as well. I'll just get into it on how you can use him in other teams. But for now, I would definitely recommend crit damage. Add that crit rate to your artifacts and go crit damage for an F2P. I think Rust is still good on him if you don't do charge attacks. Or there might be other options like this one over here could be pretty good for him because you're going to need high ER for that team. So this increases elemental burst as well. Other than that, I'm not really sure, but I just use Rust on him and he works fine for me. So I just think this weapon is good and it looks good on him. So as a character, 10 on 10 weapon and design. Artifacts, like I said, go for crit rate, crit damage because he doesn't scale with HP, so he's a basic DPS character. What I have here is a crit rate, circlet, these are the basic. Focus on crit damage much because he's gonna deal a lot of damage. Here I'd go for attack and here I'd go for hydro damage bonus because when you activate his skill, he's gonna do hydro damage that cannot be overridden. So like Bennett's C6 burst or like weapons that infuse your Candace's skill, like Candace's burst, I think. So like whatever has the infusion, it's gonna not override his skill. So that's why I keep that high damage bonus. Yeah, don't focus on this. I don't focus on this at all. I'm a casual player. I'm F2P. Well, not F2P exactly, but yeah. Alright. Skills, I'd say raise this one and these two. Because, I don't know, I don't use his burst that often. Because most of the time his skill does the trick. And it hits pretty hard. So, it's like a melee stance change. It's pretty cool. He's a very fun character to play, honestly. Now, see, on dealing crit hit, normal and charge attacks, apply Riptide. So that Riptide is basically what, like you see that triangular thing on enemies, or when Child applies that on you when you're fighting his boss fight. Basically, it deals another set of Hydro damage after you attack him. So this is pretty nice if you want continuous Hydro application, and that would work really well for a permanent freeze or a Nilo Bloom team because you need those consistent Dendro and Hydro applications for Nilo Bloom, or consistent Cryo and Hydro application for permanent freeze. But that's it for his guide. The main stuff is his team comps. Now, like I said, I'm not gonna focus on the Bennett, Xingqiu, National, International, Sumeru, Liyue, Mars, whatever you want to call that team. Honestly, I find that team really funny. Because whenever somebody says I want to build a national team, I'm like, what? So, yeah. But yeah, thinking out of the box teams. It's like out of the box teams could be definitely not her, because she's your own DPS unit. I'd say keep Neely.
Where are we dancing today?
If you have her, or you could just for an FTP, just keep Barbara. For heals, obviously. Now, for Dendro, Yaya will do the trick.
Yaya's here.
Yaya has a pretty good Dendro application from her burst with a consistent, whatever that rabbit is called, throwing radishes everywhere. So that's pretty good. Nahida, obviously.
Broaden the horizons again.
So like, if you do this,
Where are we
you
dancing
can have
today?
a really good Nilo Bloom team with Yaya as your healer, Nahida as your Dendro applier. I mean, Yaya does the trick enough, but you gotta have 2 Dendro, 2 Hydro to get the most out of Nilo Bloom. And that's my recommendation because you get both the elemental resonance of Dendro and Hydro. That's what you want to go for. Now for this, I'll show you how it works. So like basically to Nilu's skill, then you apply with Nahida, throw this funny rabbit, and then after the skill and this, go smash. Nilu boom. It's actually a pretty fun way. Like I haven't tried this, but I play a similar team right now with Hydro Traveler. So like see, it's a similar team with Lumine replacing Child and Yaya being replaced by Baiju because I have those 5-star variants, but it works. Not gonna lie, it works really well. But for Permafreeze, if you want to go, I'd say keep Shenhe.
Understood.
If you have her.
I just have to stand here, right?
Because she buffs Scat, she buffs a lot. Those cryo hits are insane. Chongyu, although I don't feel he's a really good cryo apply because he has to infuse his weapon, so that won't do the trick.
Ready when
Gaia.
you are.
Definitely Gaia. And if you want to go with this, just give Barbara or someone, basic healer or something. Also give Mona for the taunts if you wanna.
I'm here.
Let's give Gigi some love. Alright, let's replace her with someone fun. Someone FQP basically.
May knowledge guide you.
Or whatever. So, like we see. What are you gonna do? What I do is apply Xingqiu's burst. Use his burst, Kaya's burst. Use her skill. And then just use his skill and then it's permanent freeze because Kaya's burst applies a cryo ring around the character. Gigi also has a similar effect with his skill where it deals consistent cryo damage. This one throws rain swords at him, which would continuously apply, or you want to say Hydro, and then you have Tartaglia doing damage. So it's a pretty fun way to like figure out how to work. It's a different team form. You could even use them with Dea.
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
I got you, boss.
You could go with this.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
I know this is a really expensive team. You could replace them with Bennett and Lisa and all. Like you have to be variants of these characters. But yeah, this would work. This would work really well. Oh, she's free, right?
You lead the way.
This could be a swirl team. That would be pretty amazing, not gonna lie. Like you apply this, you have this off-field electro application of Attender and Hydro. You use her Anemo. You can use a burst, which would be much better. And then just apply his skill and then do continuous damage. Although you'll have to build some EM on them to get those high elemental numbers, but still, it'll work. All in all, I feel Child is it's really a versatile character. You don't have to focus on the wave team that much. The International, National, Mars, Universe, Milky Way team, whatever. You don't have to focus on that. Because the way his kit is built, you can play him with anything. Literally, any team who works with him. I know some may be optimal for Spiral Abyss, some may not be optimal, some may be just absurd, like playing him with Noelle or so. But with versatility, like it's not like Nilu where the most you get out of her is in double Dent, double Hydro teams, or something like Shenhe or Goro where not Goro, Ito where you need a mono Geo team or a mono Cryo team to actually get the best out of those characters. Where Child is just like your go to everything. He'll fit everywhere. Also has this vision right there, which is currently in my inventory as well. I'm really excited for the story update that's gonna come. But I think that's it for now, for Child. Next video will probably be Noelle, but I'll do it in a little while because Noelle's a permanent character, everybody has her, and if you've built her, you already know how amazing she is, so yeah. Anyways, if you're pulling for Child, definitely go for him. I recommend it. If you're a fan of this character, obviously, but if you're still in doubt, I hope this guide helps you. And worry not, Neolette is coming soon and he's also Hydro. So there's strong competition coming up. And personal bias, but Neolette is pretty cool. So, and he beat Child in 4. So, all I'm saying. And I hope you enjoyed this guide. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for more videos. Have a great day and bye bye.